Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Bae. You can call me Bae, you can call me Brittany. But today we are doing a story time. We're doing a story time about how I spent 6 hours in turnkey. 6 hours, you guys. It was an experience. I'm gonna say that. It was an experience. I'm happy I didn't go to jail, okay? Because that's where I was headed for sure. But this took place back in, I'm gonna say what, 2010? I want to say it was 2010. I had just moved into a new place. I had just broke up with my boyfriend, and so I had left from the rent to own place that we was doing and moved in with my mom for like 3 months so I could build my money up to move out. So I ended up going there, a side of town that I was familiar with, but not necessarily the area. So I was like down bottom of West Side when I'm used to being up top of West Side. But immediately when I moved over there, motherfuckers was hating. It was haters, okay? So hopefully YouTube don't ban me for cursing, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be at this point. But so I moved over, me and my kids. At this time I had 3 kids. And where I lived at, it was a lot of Spanish people, mainly. It was like Spanish and black people, a lot of Spanish people on the block. I did actually know a lady who lived on the opposite side of the street from me, towards the end of the block. I was like I was on the end of my block, like 3 houses at the end. She was like the second house from the end on the opposite side of the street. But RIP to her. And hey, Ashley, to her daughter. Like, we grew up together. Great family. But so my neighbors were, I want to say they was Puerto Rican. I know they was Spanish. I'm pretty sure they were Puerto Rican. But my kids used to play with her kids who lived next door. And so it was a grandma, a mom, the husband, and the daughter. And then there were the kids, which was, I believe, was the daughter's kids. And then I think the grandma had custody of one of the other children, or whatever the case may be, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, after being there for a while, like, they would be playing with each other in the backyards, and my kids' toys started coming up missing. So I'm like, where is y'all toys? I keep buying y'all stuff, and you know, but it's kids, so you don't really think twice about it. But this one particular time, it was about a ball. So a ball came. I keep shaking the table, so hopefully y'all not seeing that on camera. But the ball went over into the yard. They was throwing it back and forth, and the grandma ended up taking the ball into the house. And so when my son came to me, he was like, "Mom, they got my ball next door." So I'm like, "What you mean they got the ball?" She was like, he came and took it. So I went out to the backyard. I'm like, Junior, where's the ball? Where the ball went? He was like, "Oh, my mom took it in the house. She took it in the house." So I'm like, "Okay, well, go get your mom." So the mom was never coming outside, or whatever the case may be. And so she would be like, "Oh, no ball, no ball." Like, she didn't understand English. Like, don't play with me, lady. I'm the wrong one to play with, especially when it comes to my kids. So I'm like, I have to go around to the front. I knocked on her door. And so, because mind you, the little boy told me that she wrote Junior's name on the ball. Mind you, it was a brand new basketball, Spalding. Excuse me. I don't know what your problem is or none of that, but I need my son's ball back. No ball, I don't have no ball. Your son told me you put it upstairs in the closet. Go get my son's ball. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So she eventually go get the ball, and I let her know, like, we not finna do this. I don't mind your kids playing with my kids, but you're not finna be taking my kids' toys. I'm wondering where my kids' toys is going, and it's coming up missing. So we had a few little hiccups between here and there, or whatever the case may be. Actually, I'm gonna incorporate another story time about how everything, I'm gonna give y'all the full story of how everything played out from beginning until end. So You know, we had a few little other incidents. Now, get to the major incident. Major incident happened. I'm across the street. Mind you, I just came back from the store because I was always buying my kids shit. So I just come back from the store with toys and stuff like that. My son had a remote control car and this, that, and the third, and they playing or whatever. Next thing I know, I'm across the street chatting it up with the homegirls, and I hear my son crying. Mind you, at this time, I think my son was probably 5. Yeah, it's 2010, so he was 5. He's crying, and I'm like, what is going on? So I go over there. I'm like, what are you crying for or whatever? Like, oh, he took my car. They took my toys. So at this point, I'm popped at this point, because lady, I didn't had enough of you. I done had enough of you. I keep trying to put you in your place and you keep overstepping your boundaries. I'm about to show you who you fucking with. So this point, I'm not knocking on nobody's door because it's like spring, summer. The weather's nice out. I opens her door and goes in her house. Opens her door, goes in her house. Go get my son shit. Go get my son. I don't have your son's stuff. Get out. She's telling me get out. Clear English. Clear English this time. Any other time you want to play with me, act like you don't understand English. Telling me to get out your house. I'm not going nowhere until you give me my son's stuff. That's exactly what I told her. I won't be going nowhere until you give me your son's stuff. Then she proceeds to grab me around my waist. So I push her hands off of my waist. Get off of me. Don't put your hands on me. That's what I told her. Don't put your hands on me. She does it again. And then I said, lady, didn't I tell you not to put your hands on me? She smacks me. Next thing I know is I'm just going in on her. I black the fuck out. When I tell you I black the fuck out, I black the fuck out. I don't know what happened. The next time I come to is I'm outside yelling. And all I can hear is my neighbor saying, B, B, B. And so when I finally come to her, and she like, they called the cops. Go. And I'm like, what? Like, 'cause I don't even realize what has taken place. I just remember yelling at her and hearing my best friend saying, B, 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 they called the cops. So at this point, I grab up my kids, go through my back door, because my back door leads to an alleyway. So I'm like, I don't even want them to see that I left. You know what I'm saying? So I go out through the back door because all the commotion is happening in front. I go through the back, cut down the road, and I go straight to my aunt's house. And I'm telling my aunt, I'm like, take the kids. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Like, she'd called the police or whatever the case may be. So I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third, this took place. You know what I mean? I know they're going to lock me up. Can you just take me down to the police station so I could just, you know what I mean, go ahead and handle it straight from the rip in case I needed bail money or whatever. My dad would be able to bail me out. So mind you, as we on our way to the police station, I'm like, let's ride down there and see what's happening because I need to see, you know, what's going on. They bring her out in a neck brace, putting her on a stretcher, all types of shit, or whatever the case may be. My dad was like, well, what did you do to her? Mind you, I got her pinky imprint. Like, that's how hard she smacked me. It's her imprint to her pinky is still on my face. Or whatever. So my dad was like, what did you do to her? And I'm like, Dad, I blacked out. Like, she hit me. That's really all I remember is I blacked out after that. I don't remember. So, we get down to the police station or whatever. They was like, yeah, we got the call. The police was looking for you, blah, blah, blah. Because my girlfriend already let me know, like, yeah, bitch, they was beating down the door looking for you, asking us where you went. Da, da, da. We like, we don't know where she went. Like, last time we seen her, she went in the house. I'm like, right, as you should, you know, ride or die. So, they was like, bitch, she said, bitch, her eye is leaking, her face is all fucked up. They was like, you fucked her up. Like, you literally fucked her up. And I flipped the husband over the couch. I said, bitch, I flipped the husband over the couch. She said, yeah, he grabbed your back trying to get on you and you flipped his ass over the couch. I said, bitch, did I? I had no idea because literally I blacked the fuck out. They said, bitch, we had to pull you out of there. Like, you was so far gone. Like, she said, I must have called your name 20 times before you heard me. And I was like, bitch, I don't know. All I knew was she smacked me and that was it. That was all I knew. I ain't know nothing else. I literally blacked the fuck out. They was like, bitch, you flipped that man over the couch. And I was like, I told that bitch, give me my son's shit. I said, well, did y'all get my son's stuff? Like, did y'all get my son's stuff? Because that's really what I went. I just spent money on that shit. I want my son's shit. So, get down to police station or whatever. And they was like, well, yeah, you know, You know, we gotta pull you back, and these is the charges, you know, according to, because, you know, in Delaware, anywhere really, as far as I know, whoever called the police first is usually whose side they gonna be with. So I get there, they pull me to the back, and they like, you don't look like a fighter, you look more like a lover. I said, because I am a lover. I don't like the fight, but when it comes to my kids is the one thing I'm a ride or die for. I don't give a fuck who you are, where you do it, how you do it. I'm riding for my kids. It's gonna always be them, 100%. That's the only thing that's ever gonna get me moving, because everything else is nonchalant to me. When it comes to them, you best know it's going down on any capacity. But so I got my I had just got my hair done too. And so that was the crazy part. I just got my hair done because I had brought the wave of the mohawks over, because my girl Keisha used to do my mohawks or whatever. And so when I stepped over there, they was like, bitch. So then, you know, I started doing the girls' mohawks and everything. But, you know, for those who know, I'm telling the real, because the bitch been the trendsetter. Let's not. Okay? But I get into I get my fingerprints and shit done, and I'm like, damn, like, I said, these gonna remain in the system, you know, because I'm thinking, like, at that time, it was no horse bowl. Like, wherever I was making money, I was gonna make my money, okay? And for those who know. So I was like, this gonna stay in the system or whatever. It was like, yeah, fingerprints remain in the database, and regardless of what happens with your situation. I was like, okay. So get my mug shot and all that done or whatever the case may be. So they was like, well, yeah, we got, you know, put you in here, you'll see the judge. Baby, when I got into that room, when I tell you the mattress was this fucking thin, you're on a metal plate, and I was just like, oh my god, like, this is what a cell looks like. I was in shock. Like, you know, you see it on TV, but to actually experience it is a whole different level. And I was like, oh my god, like, my ass hurt, and I'm sitting there, and there's two people in the rooms across from me, and so I can hear them talking or whatever, and they asking the police like, yo, when I'm gonna see the judge, and this, that, and the third. And I'm wondering, like, when I'm gonna see the judge too, because the time is just steady winding. And mind you, it's a Friday, so I'm thinking to myself, like if I don't see the judge, they gonna send me to jail, right? Like, I know that's usually how it go. Like, if you don't see the judge on a Friday, they send you to the jail until you can see the judge. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I'm yelling across to them like, yo, well, what happens if you don't see the judge? And they was like, yeah, they gonna put you on the bus. And I was like, put me on the bus? Oh, well, I can't be on nobody's bus. You know what I mean? So now I'm getting frantic. Time is steady ticking. Mind you, and you don't know how long you've been in there. You just know that it's a long ass wait. And so I've been sitting, I've been getting up, getting the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even thinking, I haven't even used the bathroom or nothing. I said, I'm not pissing the fucking here. Like, hell nah. So I finally, I don't even know what time it was, whatever case may be. Let me tell y'all why I thought I was going to be going to an actual courtroom. No, they put me in a room, and the fucking judge was on the TV, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? All this for that? So the judge actually was on fucking TV and was like, oh, make sure you show up to court. You know, I see you got a history. I was like, well, those is traffic violations. You know what I'm saying? Of course we're not doing that. But okay, I'll be to court. He was like, yeah, make sure you show up to court. You'll get the paperwork in the mail. We're going to let you go on your own recognizance, no bail, and this, that, and third. I'm like, all right, bet. Oh, I got to stay away from no contact with the victim or whatever case. Mind you, my charges was 2nd-degree burglary, 2nd-degree assault, endangering the welfare of a child, terroristic threatening, and something about menacing. I said, excuse me, how is this 2nd-degree burglary? And he was like, well, you entered someone's house unlawfully. But I didn't. Okay, I left it at that. I said, if that's what they said, I did, knowing damn well I went in that lady's house unlawfully. I did, but I wasn't gonna tell him that. But okay, I just wanted to understand. That's what I said. So we leaves or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, it's up now. It's up between me and her. Now, my cousin ends up moving in with me. I got my boyfriend. So my boyfriend, when this happened, I was still single. Boyfriend ends up coming home from jail. No, because I had a whole different boyfriend. Skirt. Okay. No, because I left him alone when I left that. Okay. So, yeah. Boyfriend ends up coming home. I'm explaining the situation to him. Now, mind you, I'm like, we don't fuck with them. I'm let it be known. You know what I'm saying? That we don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with us. They be trying to start trouble. So by this time, I get the paperwork in the mail or whatever with all my charges and shit on it. You know, everything that we discussed while I was there. I ain't getting no court date yet. So I ends up getting pregnant. I'm like 6 months pregnant by this time. Little shit been happening. They've been calling the police, random shit, just, you know what I mean, coming up, missing, my window being broke. Like, I know all this is taking place. Now, mind you, after that fight, let's get to this. After that fight, the little girl it was another little girl over there who was sisters with the girl who lived across the street from me. Now, mind you, I ain't really fuck with this bitch too heavy. Like, I ain't really have nothing against her, but I ain't really, you know what I mean, fuck with her. So, damn, somebody calling my phone, and I know I'm supposed to, but I'm gonna finish this. This is more important. So, supposedly, the little girl across the street used to pop shit out the window in the backyard. And so I had to let her know, like, little girl, I will have one of my little cousins come over here and whoop your ass. Stay out of grown folks' business. And so I let her know, and go tell your mom I said so. Because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Children need to stay in children's place, number one. And so you want to keep popping your mouth, talking fly about something that you was not privy to. You was not here to even know what the fuck is happening. And you're too young to even be speaking to me. Don't talk to me. Go get your mom. You want something to say? Go get your mom. And so I put her in her place. So the little girl across the street was supposed to be her older sister, who was around my age. She was supposed to come say something to me. So when she came over to me, she asked me about my daughter's sneakers. She was like, oh, your daughter's sneakers is fire. Like, where you get them from, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I let her know. And, you know, that was the end of the conversation. So word gets back to me later, you know what I mean, from an older dude who be on the block that I used to hang with. And I mean, he was real cool. He was like, well, what did she say to you when she came over here? And so I let her know. He was like, I'm bagging up. I'm like, why are you bagging up? He's like, because she said that she came over here to address you about whatever you said to the little girl or whatever. I can't even remember her name. And I was like, she ain't stuck to me and say nothing about none of that. Shit, nothing about that situation ever came out her mouth. And so, because I would have let her know. If you want problems, we can have problems too. You know what I'm saying? But you need to check your daughter or your sister, because she ain't got nothing to do with me. She in grown folks' business. So if she ever thought that she was gonna come check me, I would have let her know what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? But I think because of how everything went down, like, everybody was like on edge with me, because I don't like drama. Like, I'm not a drama type of person. I like to have fun. You know what I mean? I don't do the most. So, but I think it's also about how I carry myself. Because ever since I stepped over there, like, bitches was hating. Like, rumors was starting. It was just a whole bunch of shit. So, I'm like, none of these bitches even know me. Like, I don't even know them. You know what I'm saying? So, to each his own. You know what I mean? People see me and assume the worst. But that's on them. And, So that took place. Now, fast forward to me being pregnant. Shit kind of like died down. My baby dad didn't made friends and shit with them next door, so like they was cool. Shit dies down. Now my cousin and them move in. Now they still on edge because now another daughter then moved in. And I guess she feeling the type of way because she done heard about what took place. So every time she see me, she giving me the stink eye or whatever the case may be. Now mind you, I done killed this bitch 3 times in my head already. So I'm just waiting for her to motherfucking pop. Because I'm like, Bitch, I done already smashed your head into this brick motherfucking wall. So if you want to go, let's go. Because I didn't like her. I didn't like her mouth. Because she came out around her like she was all big and bad. You know them loud mouth bitches who just swear they big and fucking bad. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm just like, bitch, if you ever step to me the way you be talking to these bitches out here, I'ma rock your shit. Because I already don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to go around boasting it because I'm just waiting for my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like you. I don't like how your aura and how you out here acting the way you do because you just got out of jail. So, and then the crazy part was, is y'all ever seen a fight in slow motion? I seen 2 fights. One with that chick, and that shit was in slow motion. And I was expecting so much more from her because the way she talked. You know, the way she talked, like I just told you, like she big and bad. And I was just like, I was shocked. I was surprised. Because all that shit, oh, miss, I just got out of jail and I do this. It was all defense mechanism, if you ask me. But nobody was coming for you in the first place for you to have that type of attitude. I just think she felt a little inferior. And so that was her way of, like, promoting, oh, I'm the big, bad fucking wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck with me if you want to. Like, bitch, nobody's worried about you. Like, nobody's worried about you on 0 levels. You are a non-motherfucking factor. But, so I'm sitting on my porch, chilling. You know what I'm saying? My cousin in the house, we just gave the kids baths. It's nice and quiet. You know what I mean? We outside cracking jokes on the porch. Next thing I know, it's all these undercovers and shit swarming the block. And we like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, what the fuck happened? Whole time long, they coming to my house. They coming to my house. And so as we sitting there, we start looking around, they walking up to me and they was like, you live here? And I'm like, yeah, that's my house. And they was like, oh, well, we just got random phone calls talking about with somebody in here with a knife being stabbed and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, not a random, I'm sorry, anonymous. Got an anonymous phone call. I said, you got an anonymous phone? They was like, oh, can we come in, you know, take a look around, make sure, you know, nothing's happened. I said, yeah, I can walk you through. I said, my house is nice and quiet. My kids just got out of the tub. Like, ain't nothing on here. They was like, yeah, well, we could tell because you sitting here, you know, on the porch. And I'm like, yeah. And they was like, well, do you have and know anybody who would want to do this? I said, oh yeah, if you pull it up, me and my neighbor over here, right here, mind you, because they outside, them right there, probably call the police, you know what I mean, on some bullshit. And I said, and y'all better stay the fuck away from me because I'm not playing pregnant at all. I still beat your ass with the police in front of them. I was popped. I was so fucking popped because you draw all this attention to my house. You know what I mean? Where my kids lay my motherfucking head, which means to me that you want it again. Like, the first time wasn't enough. You or your husband. It wasn't enough. So I was over it. I was so fucking over it. And I told, so, finally, court rolls around. Court rolls around. So I see who on my witness list. Okay. I get the paperwork. They're like, oh, you gotta go to court. I'm looking at my charges. I'm looking at the witness list. First of all, it's people on the witness list who wasn't even there. Like the bitch across the street bitch, you wasn't even there. You was not home to witness the fight. Why are you on the witness list? Why are you on the witness? I said, oh, I can't wait to go to court. I can't wait to go to court. I was like, you showing up for me? I had to ask my homegirl, like, is you coming to court to show the fuck up for me? Because I needed somebody. Because I ain't had nobody. Because I was completely 100% in the motherfucking wrong. 100%, but I needed somebody to show the fuck up to court or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, and I don't even know if they was there illegally. Like, I didn't know they was there illegally or whatever the case may be. But I don't never want to get nobody put out the country or none of that type of shit. But I was just pissed at the witness list because I'm like, it's people on here who was not even there to witness it or whatever the case may be. So I go to court. My baby dad the whole time long talking about we need to make nice with them. They trying to hit you in the head. You got 2 fucking felonies. And what if you go down, you going to fucking jail? You got my motherfucking baby in your fucking stomach. Like, it ain't happening. And you need to play nice. And he was cussing my ass the fuck out. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll be going to jail with your fucking baby and you'll be taken care of if I got to have the baby to fucking jail. I'm not apologizing for shit. That bitch need to apologize to me because I told that bitch stop playing with me. I let it know. Because when I tell you stop playing with me, that's what the fuck I mean. Stop playing with me. Because people be like, oh, I'm always laughing, happy. I am until you cross me. Until you do some shit I don't like. And then it's another side. It's another side. So he was making nice. He was, you know, oh, I help you cut your grass. And all right, if you want to do that, then you fucking do that. I'm not doing none of that shit. Not doing none of that shit. So ended up going to court, or nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. So that was a blessing. Nobody showed the fuck up. They ended up throwing my shit out. Basically, they was like, oh, it's not processed or whatever the case may be. You'll get paperwork in the mail. I think they said it'll show up on my record for 1 to 2 years or something, and then I won't see it no more. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. That works for me. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, that's how that played out. But we didn't really have too many problems after that. Like I said, my baby dad was playing nice with them. When I did move, I did give them my sectional to the house, and I was like, I put it out, and they was like, oh, can we have this? And I was like, yeah, take it or whatever. He helped them put it in the house, and that was that. But I think, you know, people learn their lesson with me over there for sure. And that's how I ended up spending 6 hours in turnkey, because people want to play on my top. I'm not one of those. But if you like my story time, be sure to like, you know, comment, let me know what y'all want to see down below. And y'all see me again, because it's Baecember, like I said, so it's gonna be 20 days of me. My birthday is December 20th, and I'm giving y'all me every day for 20 days. So keep watching and hit that like and subscribe button. Bye.